Well, hello there, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Confessions and Convictions and Bible Bits. My thoughts tonight is, do you dance at the edge of Dead Man's Curve? If you don't know what Dead Man's Curve is, it's usually a pretty nasty, windy road. It doesn't have a barrier, and it's easy to go over the other side of the cliff. The reason I say that is because a lot of us claim to know the truth. What am I saying? Claim to know Jesus. Know the good word of the Bible. Know God. Well, is that true? Because many people know it, but they don't live it. Because if they lived it, then it would really show that they believe it, right? And so we can see by the way one lives their life what one truly loves. You see, if you never ask God for intervention, you have not because you ask not. Some people think, well, God won't send me to hell. No, He won't. That sounds surprising to some of you. He gives you a lot of chances. But there's one thing that runs out. It's called patience. Romans 1 tells us that God gives them up. Yeah, God gives them up, not Satan. Satan's there to distract and accuse and point his finger out. But there comes a time when God says, okay, that's enough. They're not coming around. So these people, they're happy believing in things that are false. They take pleasure in living an unrighteous life. And so they're condemned. But not so much by God, although God hates sin and God condemns sin. It's by virtue of their own account, their own choices. Selfishly, they get what they want. They don't want a godly life? Well, guess what? They live a godless life. Where does that get you? It gets you into eternal frustration, eternal pain, eternal misery. And what are you, Christian? What are you doing about it? Do you go to your neighbor and tell them, neighbor, if I love you, as God says I should, like myself, I certainly don't want to be in hell. I'm at least going to tell you about Jesus so you don't have to go to hell, because I don't want to hear you screaming from the other side saying, how did you get there and I'm not? Why didn't you tell me? We might be hearing some of these from the other side. We had a chance. Did we use that chance? It's really important not only to know the truth, but to live the truth and to truly believe it. Leave your thoughts and comments. Lord willing, I look forward to seeing you next time when we go to Confessions and Convictions and Bible Bits. See you next week. God bless.